mentor. All right. And the mentor of mentors, Josh Amundsen. Let's go. Drop some ones in the chat if you guys are excited to gain some value from this man right here. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
All right. All right. What's up, guys? You want to turn your audio off? Cool. So let me quickly take my camera off. I'm actually going to do it from up here. Okay. I'm going to move this stuff over, but hope you guys are all having a good day. What's up? How you doing, Michael? I like the camera on. Let's go. Come on. Guys, turn your cameras on if you want to get engaged. What are you guys' names?
Bruce.
Bruce?
Jake.
Jake. Oh, I met you the other day, right? No, I don't think I met you though, right?
No, I couldn't make it. The weather was kind of bad.
It was
It was
more than kind of bad.
Yeah.
I'm Josh, so nice to meet you guys. And what I'm going to be doing today, though, and I'll be leveraging the TV so you guys can see what I'm doing over here. But I'm going to be kind of showing you guys how to use some of the products and services that we have here inside of AkashX. And we kind of have a cool little training that we're going to do. But just before we actually get into it, I want to mention a couple things. So I have I've been actually trading for 10 years now, right? I started trading when I was 18 years old. I'm 28 now. So what was that? That was 2015 when I took my first trade. All right. Some of you 2015, you were still in junior high, you're still in high school, right? 2015 is my first trade, right?
Fifth grade.
Yeah, Isaiah was in fifth grade. Yeah, middle school, right? I'm 28 years old now, guys. So I have a lot of experience in education inside of this business, right? And so obviously, one of the first things I'll say is like if you're brand new, I want to welcome you guys to the team. It is recording. But one thing I want to say though, obviously, besides welcome to the team, is like trading will take time to learn how to do, right? Like everybody and their dog. Your tip, honestly. You want to just get up and I'll come over here. I'm just gonna stand while I'm doing it though. Is this your water? Cool. So, trading guys, like everyone and their dog is trying to find a way to get rich quick. That's just the reality of it, right? Everyone wants to find a way where they can like make $50,000, pay all their debts, and now they're like, oh, now I'm debt free, right? I'm good to go, or whatever the case is. And while you can make that money in trading 100%, it's going to take time. You know what I mean? To understand what the hell's going on, right? There are, different services that we have that are easier to trade. And then there's other services that we have that are a little more difficult to learn how to do. Right. And that's kind of like part of the whole journey. Obviously, for those of you that have used Tap to Trade or you know what Tap to Trade is, that's where you can connect your account to our app on the App Store, your trading account, whatever amount is in it. And when you get an alert from one of the traders, you can hit approve and it'll copy to your account instantly. And they control the whole trade. So basically, if the trader's in profit on the Tap to Trade, you click one button to copy it. If they're in profit and they close the trade, it closes on thousands of our accounts. And we're all out at the same time. If the trader adjusts something about the trade, it adjusts on all of our accounts as well. So let's Tap the Trade. For those of you that are brand new, you're going to want to get that set up as soon as possible. Is that my phone over there real quick? But you're going to want to get that set up as soon as possible. That's going to be one of the easiest things. The next easiest thing that you can do and you're brand new is you're going to want to learn how to use Zeus Trader. Okay. Zeus Trader is a third-party platform that we're partnered with. And whenever they trade crypto, by the way, so they're trading Bitcoin, they're trading Ethereum, right? And Tap the Trade, they're not trading crypto. They're trading like indices, they're trading commodities like gold, oil, silver. They're trading currencies. But Zeus, what's cool about Zeus is like Tap the Trade is click one button and it copies, right? It's semi-automatic. Zeus is completely automatic. So when you hook up your account, you deposit money into it, you can actually copy one of the traders. It's literally a button that says copy. And whenever they take a trade, it auto copies to your account. So you don't actually ever have to look at it. It's completely automatic and it trades for you. And I would say that's probably when you're brand new, your easiest way to see a return on your, whatever you deposited. If you put 200, Zeus is a minimum of $250 per strategy. There's 5 strategies. I'd only recommend using 2 of them right now. They're absolutely crushing it. But it's a minimum of $250 that you have to put into either one of those strategies. That's what will be traded, right? And obviously, you have to be an AkashX member in order to use this. But that'll probably be the easiest way that you'll see a profit potentially in trading when you're brand new, you have no knowledge, right? Like in the Zoom chat, real quick, if you're less than a month into the business, I want you to drop a 1 in the chat. Who else is, you guys are all brand new, right? Yeah,
Fresh.
fresh, right?
No.
I wonder if anybody in here. All right, there's a bunch of ones in here, but I don't know if okay.
Probably a 0. Some.
Yeah, you're a 0, huh? So Zeus, what's cool about Zeus, guys, is like when you're on your journey to learn how to trade, it's trading for you in the background. And so that's something that I would leverage if I was new as soon as possible. Because once you get it connected, minimum $250 per strategy, just let it trade for you in the background. You can withdraw it whenever you want back to your bank. Okay. So the second thing obviously is tap to trade. There's a strategy to it, right? Like you don't just want to do every tap to trade from every single trader, because then you have an average of all of the results. We have certain traders that we like to follow on tap to trade. There's multiple tap to trade educators, but I only take FX Edge's tap to trades. His name's FX Edge. That's the only ones I do. But there's also Sebastian Rock. He's doing pretty well right now. So, but you guys are going to start off with a practice account anyways. You know what I mean? You don't paper trading, right? Like when you're using so Zeus will be real money because that's being traded for you. But with like tap to trade, pulse signals, live sessions, you're gonna want to use a paper trading account right away.
I did that on a Webull.
Yeah, just so you figure out what the hell's going on, right? Rather than throwing, whatever amount you want into an account and just guessing, like you want to practice a little bit.
It's like gambling.
Yeah, when I was brand new, guys, and I was 18 years old, I threw $500 in a stock options account live right away. Didn't even make a paper trading account. TD Ameritrade, that's the broker. They call me and they're like, "Are you sure you don't want to do a paper trading account first?" And I was like, "Hell no!" I was like, "I'm 18. I'm in college. I got tuition to pay. I'm like, let's go." So, Tip, am I able to make other people co-host, dude? Okay. All right. Hey, if you're a co-host in here, can you please keep admitting people? But guys, what I'm going to really focus in on is this, okay? You'll learn how to use tap to trade. If you haven't gotten your products and services set up, make sure to go through the onboarding system. It's that link tree. I don't know if you guys were sent that. It's the link tree. And me and some leaders created that link tree. What's up, kid? Me and some leaders created that link tree. That link tree literally teaches you how to connect to tap to trade. It teaches you how to set up your trading account. It teaches you how to set up Zeus. It's all in there. And I'll show you guys what it looks like for those of you that have no idea what I'm talking about. Right here, if I pull up in the link tree, this is it right here. I'm gonna move this over actually. Yeah, dude, Carson, I've been struggling with this Wi-Fi since I've connected to it for some reason. Okay, can you guys see this? So this is our onboarding system. So every new person who gets started, we send them this and we say, "Hey, make sure you go through steps 1, 2, and 3. Step 1, that's text updates. So if there's like a super important thing you got to know, I text hundreds of people at the same time. You know what I mean? And we all get text updates. Feel free to opt out if you give up, right? So I don't got to pay to text you for no reason. That'd be cool. Goal sheet number 2. This is where you say how much money you're trying to make. How many hours a week are you going to dedicate to this business? Yeah, then you got to have, as many hours as you can a week, and you have to, create a daily schedule, but you got to have this in terms of a long-term mindset.
Company too, though, so it's kind of.
You just got to learn how to balance it, man. It's called time blocking. For those of you that aren't good with time management, it's called time blocking. You got a boyfriend, you got a girlfriend, you got, another job. You got to learn how to block out time for specific things throughout your day.
Is the trading period isn't the most busiest time for trading in the mornings?
That's when I like to trade, but we trade the Forex market and the crypto market, and that's Forex is 24/5, so 24 hours a day, 5 days a week.
Okay.
Crypto's all the time.
Yeah.
So you could trade at 1 in the morning, like 1 a.m., 2 a.m. for us in Minnesota. We're in Central Time. 1 a.m., 2 a.m. is the London session.
Yeah, they got
the Great British Pound, the Euro. That's when that starts going crazy. Those charts. So you can actually trade those at 1 in the morning if you want. It's yeah, but
that's it.
I like to trade the New York session because that's when the most money is traded. So the market moves the most. And then your goal is to catch those moves. And that's what we're going to talk about here in a second. This is what I want to show you guys. Then we're going to move on. Okay. Step number 3 right here. It's an onboarding system. Okay. And once this loads up, all it is videos that you just bang out and follow. They're literally basically tutorials. And it just teaches you like this one right here. This is how to use the Akashics platform. Video number 1. Like how to navigate it. How do you access tap to trade? How do you get on live sessions? All that stuff. We also have little information below each video, like apps to download and stuff. And then the second video right here, guys, how to register for trading accounts. This one's how to actually create a live trading account when you're ready. How to create a real money trading account. You can throw $50 in a trading account if you want, or you can throw 200 or 1,000, whatever you want. How to deposit and withdraw from it. This is how to connect your trading account to tap the trade. So when FX Edge, is everybody signed into the Akashics app? Yeah. So you'll see coming this week, you'll see FX Edge will start sending tap the trade notifications. This is how to connect your trading account to tap the trade so you can approve them when they come in, you know? The next one is how to actually use the products and services. So just make sure you guys go through this. There's about 8 videos or so. But what we're going to do today, ladies and gentlemen, is I want to teach you a little bit about what I was doing this week. Okay. Some of you that are brand new, dude, first time I saw this, I was like, I don't know what the hell I'm looking at. Yep, green is up, red is down. They're called candlesticks, and they also represent a certain amount of time. You can see right here, this is all 1 hour candles. So this is each an hour long. So now you see how much time you're looking at.
Would you say that's bullish or bearish?
Bearish right now. Yeah, but it depends.
If the market's bullish.
But if we go to the 1 day chart, it might be bullish. But well, I'm gonna basically kind of focus on this training, guys, to teach you how to follow along with one of the educators in our platform that I think is absolutely crushing it right now that you guys need to practice with. Okay. Now, before we do this, what I want to do is I'm going to teach every single one of you how to set up a trading account, just a demo account, and we're all going to do it together. Okay. We like to trade off of MetaTrader 5 personally. That's what we like to trade off of. I've been using MetaTrader 5 for years, but some people use TradeLocker, right? I would say you should use MetaTrader 5 because TradeLocker is going to probably go through some regulations where it won't be available to US clients soon. Okay. So I would just say MetaTrader 5. That's what I would use. Okay. So does everybody have MetaTrader 5 downloaded on the Zoom call in person? Download the app right now. We're going to literally set up an account as we speak. This is an interactive training that we're going to be doing right now.
Let's go.
Okay. I think last time we did this was at Sydney Ullman's.
Yeah. Holy crap.
Yeah. Okay. So once you guys have MetaTrader 5 downloaded, in the chat, please drop just 1-7. Okay. Drop a 7 in the chat once you have MetaTrader 5 downloaded. Okay.
I'm assuming it's this one.
Yep. MetaTrader 5, not MetaTrader 4. That's the old version. Okay. Cool, guys. Awesome. Okay. MetaTrader 5 looks like this, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Obviously, you're going to want to have the Akashics app downloaded. Let me turn off my notifications. Okay. So, in case anything crazy pops up. But MetaTrader 5, though. Everybody on Zoom has it downloaded. You guys got it downloaded in here?
Yes, sir.
Now, my advice to you is this. If this is a business, you guys got to organize your iPhone or Android. See how I have everything Akashics related? All my trading stuff is just in this folder. So that's what I would do if I were you guys. I would throw, make a trading folder. So you don't have to scroll to the last page of all your apps and be like, where the hell is MetaTrader 5? I'm fully leveraged on a trade. Okay. So we're going to open up MetaTrader 5, go to settings, and you're going to get a pop-up right away on MetaTrader 5. It's going to say open a demo account, right? You guys see that? Just X out of that. Okay. X out of that pop-up. And all you're going to do is go to settings in the bottom right corner, hit new accounts. And then what you're going to do is on the bottom or the top, wherever the search is, just type in NTW markets, and it'll pop up. Looks like this, and just click it. And then it's going to say real account or demo account. You're just going to click demo account. Okay. We're going to place a trade together, guys, too, by the way.
Let's get to gambling.
Full leverage. All right. So is everybody to this point? Is everybody to this point? Click demo account. And then here, just enter your information. Okay. First name, last name, phone number, email. Your phone number has a +1 before it if you're in the United States, by the way. Otherwise, it's not going to let you continue. So you have to do +1. Once you guys have that information entered, let's take this nice and easy. Okay. So you guys don't skip a step. But what we're going to do is on the bottom, it says account information. That's the bottom section. We're going to go ahead and click where it says deposit. Click in there and change it to 10,000. Or actually, yeah, let's change it to 10,000, okay? And then we're going to go ahead and click accept, and then we're going to hit register. And now leave it right here. Don't go to this next part. Is everybody right here? Anybody got questions? We can help as we go if anybody's stuck.
What are we putting for the deposit amount?
10,000. Yep.
Business
10,000.
failed to open account, please check your information.
Charge them.
Zero. What's the Wi-Fi on?
Hey, who's the guys with these? You want to help them out?
Keep saying there's a-
Yeah, I got 5 bars.
Look at a little too comfortable.
Failed to open account as well. Who's checking it? I got full bars, 5G, bro.
Let's see here. Okay, so it's an Apple.
Alright, you
So,
got it.
do I have to pay?
It's free. It's that you own Apple for something else.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, so you need to connect a debit card to your iCloud. And
oh,
then-
it's probably because it's not
Oh,
on
you good?
Yeah, you gotta fix whatever's on there. Yeah, you got.
there.
Okay. Did you get yours to work now?
Okay. I have full 5 bars.
I just want to make sure, ladies and gentlemen, inside of the chat, you guys could see my cell phone, right? Michael, you could see my phone. When we were just on the Zoom a second ago, were you able to see my cell phone? Here, I'm gonna share it right now. Okay, so you should be able to see this right now, my cell phone. I'm gonna stop sharing again. Can I get a thumbs up? Yeah, cool. Great. Just making sure. Okay. Okay. So, oh, it's glitching a little bit. Try again.
Wi-Fi. Which one's your guys' Wi-Fi? Here, there's thanks for it. Thank you.
1 second, guys.
You say your name is Bruce, right? Yeah. That. Oh, yeah.
All right. What step are you guys on? Carson, what are you doing for them? Okay. So guys, everybody who's on this step already, everybody's already on this. Click copy to clipboard. Copy to clipboard, go to your notes and save. This is your login credentials. So if you ever want to log into, this is the credentials that you use to connect to the Akashics app. Okay. So you want to copy these credentials, go save them in your notes. That's your login number for your trading account. That's your password. The password is what you use for the Akashics app. The investor password, that's if you wanted to share your results with someone. You could give your investor password to someone if you want to let them log in and just have a read-only version of your account. So they can't trade it or mess it up. You could actually share people with what your account is. Okay. Did you guys get your accounts open?
Yeah, I'm gonna try here because it kept saying I didn't have connection.
Okay, so once you copy that to clipboard, guys, I'm not going to show you how to connect it to Tap to Trade right now. That's not what I'm going to focus on, but I'm going to start this account up with you guys, okay? So you can see in the bottom middle, there's a tab called Trade. Make sure you save your information, your copy to clipboard to your notes, by the way. But there's a tab called Trade in the bottom middle. You guys should see 10,000 in your account, right? Cool. So now on the left side, if you go to quotes, in the top left corner, there's a button. You guys can click this button. This is called advanced mode, where you can see like more information about what you're trading. If you click it again, this is simple mode. Simple mode is probably the easiest for you right now, just so you're not seeing a bunch of crazy shit that you don't know. But what we're going to do, ladies and gentlemen, is I'm going to teach you how to take Preston's trades. Preston Gomez is an educator in our company. I mean, guys, dude, I in 3 days, I cleared 2.7 thousand in profit just this week. So I think it's something you guys should really focus on learning. It's pretty dope. Now, do I think that someone who's brand new is going to come in and just crush it out of the gate? No, like I understand what I'm doing really well, but this is where you should start learning. Obviously, it's the academy, but Preston sessions. Okay. So if you guys have notes, a couple things about Preston. Preston trades at 8:15 a.m. Central Time every single morning during the weekdays. 8:15 in the morning. Okay. Now, if you can't make his live trading sessions, he also will send a pulse signal of the trade he's taking, which you'll find on the Akashics app. The Akashics app, when you guys go on it, if I go pull it open, for example. Come on. You guys can see on the right side, there's something called pulse signals. And we're putting your Wi-Fi to work today.
The cautious logo kind of looks like ChatGPT a little bit.
Yeah.
Maybe because you guys kind of smart.
What is this, a loading sign?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
Well, that's sick.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Usually it just loads.
Wouldn't that be cool if you had the candles? That was
Okay,
candles.
guys, we're on it. Okay, so real quick, this is what pulse signals looks like. Okay, you guys see right here. So I can use my mouse actually, but right there, that's called EP. That's entry price. So these are all the traders at the top. So I'm gonna go and click on that. Just click on Joseph or whoever's at the top. If you guys are on the Akashics app. But when you pull open the traders right here on the Akashics app on the very top, you'll see a list of all the different traders that call pulse signals. Pulse signals is just they're literally telling you where they're getting in, where they're getting out, what their like goal is for the trade. And you can copy it and put it in a MetaTrader. That's what these are. So there's a notification bell next to every single trader. Personally, me, I just only have Preston Gomez's on because I'm just trading with Preston personally. But there is a lot of good traders that are inside of this academy. I just like the time he trades. I like that he trades the Dow Jones. It's US 30. It's freaking crazy when you trade it. It's very aggressive, right? So I only have his notification bell on right there. I have the rest of them turned off.
Would you say you're a risky trader? Like very risky?
Well, I have accounts that I'm not risky in.
Yep.
And
That's
then
what swing trading
I
is.
have play accounts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So you kind of have a wide variety, like not all your eggs in one basket.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So Preston Gomez, guys, let's go ahead and switch over to Preston Gomez, okay? Now, this is where you'll find his trades. Pulse signal, Preston Gomez. You can see that's the most recent trade he had. But if you go to the live sessions tab, you guys can see the next trading session that's coming up is tomorrow at 8:15 a.m. The market won't be open yet, but he gets on and he's going to do a training tomorrow morning at 8:15 a.m. Right? Because the market's not open yet. But you can watch the live session. You just click on it right here, and it loads up his live session. You can watch him trade live right there. Okay. But if we go back to pulse signals, what I'm going to do is go back to Preston, and I'm going to show you guys how to theoretically take a trade. Okay. So what do we got to do here? Okay. First thing, let's go back to MetaTrader 5. Okay. So we got to all do this together, guys. Go back to MetaTrader 5. And then hit this. We're on the quotes tab in the bottom left corner. Hit the search button in the top right. And then just type in US 30. And you guys are going to see it's right here. You just got to check it. And then you can hit the X button in the top right. And you'll see it on the bottom of your quotes tab now. So basically the quotes tab, that's just where you put stuff that you want to trade. You know what I mean? Like if you want to trade Bitcoin, you can add it to the list. If you want to trade US 30, you can add it to the list. This is basically US 30 is an index fund, by the way, guys. It's the Dow Jones. Basically, it's the top 30 stocks on the New York Stock Exchange added into one total. So it's called an index fund. It's a collab of all the top 30 stocks. And so that's why you could see one share is $48,131, you know, but we don't have to invest that. We could trade this in $100 if you want. So next thing we're going to do is tap on US 30 and hit chart. And then it's going to pull open the chart, which is the chart tab right there on the bottom. You'll see US 30 in the top left corner right here. You guys see that? Cool. So now one thing to keep in mind, if you guys saw on that, if we go right here on the onboarding system, video number 7, right here, guys, if it loads up, video number 7 is a MetaTrader 5 mobile tutorial app video. We literally just screen recorded it and explained how to use the app. You know, so if you guys are brand new and you've never used MetaTrader 5, it's just video number 7 on the list. Just go watch it and it'll literally teach you how to use this app, like how to add stuff, how to take a trade, everything. But what's up?
It's similar to Webull's platform, like how it configures or not?
No, because Webull is equities. This is Forex.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the foreign exchange market.
I'm just saying like the platform, like so it's similar, like.
Yeah, I mean, it depends what you're buying stocks and you're buying shares and you're doing options on Webull. Here, you're doing positions long and short.
So some swing trading.
Yeah, well, that's just a type of trading.
Yeah.
But you're trading a different market here, so you're going to be using lot sizes, not like shares or options.
Okay, so
Yeah.
a little out of my ball.
But you know, it's like there's a chart and you can get into a buy position or a sell position, you know? So pretty similar. Now, what we're going to do, ladies and gentlemen, is I'm going to show you how to copy over one of his pulse signals. Notice how it says active right now on it. Okay, so it says active. He hasn't updated it, but it's not active anymore. So we're not going to actually take this. Okay, but here's how we do it. First thing is you got to understand what type of trade it is. Okay, if I go over to MetaTrader and I go to quotes tab and I click on US 30 and I hit trade, this is how you're going to enter a trade. Okay, so go to the quotes tab, click on US 30, and then you're going to go ahead and hit trade. This is how you can execute a trade on US 30. Now, what's really important to understand is the type of trade that they're taking. Notice at the top right here, guys, it says market execution. That is basically where when you get into the trade, you will automatically get in wherever the market is. If you click sell by market or buy by market, it throws you in the market right where the price is currently at. That's what a market execution means, a market trade. So if we go back to the Akashics app, see how it says buy market? It means, hey guys, get in right now for a buy. Sometimes it says buy limit or buy stop or sell limit or sell stop. Sometimes it says pending too. That means that, hey guys, there's a potential trade coming up and we're going to wait for the market to get to a certain area, but you can put the trade in. So if the market touches it, it just gets you in. You know, like sometimes like I don't want to sit there for an hour or two waiting for the market to get to where I want to go. I throw a pending order in. So then later in the day, if it reaches it, it just puts me in. Does that make sense, guys? Yeah. So this is a market trade. It means, hey guys, get in right now. Okay. You'll see these pop up on the app. You'll get notifications. So here's how we do it. Here's how we take it. Okay. Well, and if it's not a market order trade, guys, you just click market execution. These are the different types of trades you can do. You'll learn that through the academy. Like what is a buy limit? What's a sell limit, right? You'll learn what that stuff is. They're called pending trades. So here's how we copy it over. You ready? We are going to, let's pretend. So EP is entry price, right? So 47,900. Okay. We have to pretend right now that that's where the market is, even though that's not where the market is right now. Okay. This is an old trade. All right. But all we have to do is we have to copy the stop loss. So just tap on it. It'll say copied on the Akashics app. You just tap on it and then go over to MetaTrader 5. And then in the stop loss, you just got to erase it. Just paste it in there. And let me know when you guys have done that. If there's any questions in the chat right now.
Yeah, did that.
Okay, hopefully you guys are following along with this. I'm gonna go ahead and pull up my screen again. All right, did everybody paste the stop loss in? So what is that? Guys, the stop loss is there to protect your trade so you don't lose your entire account. Okay? Yeah, you're right on the page, huh?
You're SL.
And I know that for a lot of you on Zoom and a lot of you here, like this shit's brand new. You know what I mean? So I don't expect you to know how to do anything, use this stuff.
Funny because my first superset, I did this.
That's why you started trading right away, you know? You know, whenever I get people started in the business, I teach them how to do this shit because I want them to get a win. You know what I mean? So they don't quit, right? What are you guys trying to figure out right now?
No, it's just you guys started like yesterday late, so I was gonna set him up after this. So he can't log into his app right now. So
Oh, really?
Yeah, you can't get in. But
Where can I meet you at?
Yeah, I can't.
bro, we
Just the
met
event.
at the Blaine.
Yep. All right, well, hey, we're gonna keep going, guys. Okay, we're gonna keep going. Let's lock in. Okay. So next thing, we copied the stop loss. What we're gonna do is go back. Now there is take profit 1. Oops. Take profit 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. Take profit means if the market goes where you want it to go, it'll close it and you'll take your profit. It does it automatically, which is really cool. So you can put like a stop loss in to protect you, and you could put a take profit in so it pulls you out when it reaches a certain area. So sometimes, like for example, yesterday I was taking a trade. I cleared about $400 in my live account, but I, wasn't on my phone and it hit my take profit. So it literally closed it and secured my $400. I wasn't even on my phone. Okay. So notice how he only has take profit 3 as the biggest one available. Okay. Take profit 3 is the biggest one available. So what I do is I always just take the biggest one available, but it doesn't mean it's going to reach it on the chart. It might only hit take profit 1. It might only go up a little bit and then the trade's done. It goes the other way. It might hit take profit 2. It might hit take profit 3. I just copy the biggest one and then I watch the trade. And sometimes it gets to take profit 3 and then I see it starting to go the other way. So I just close the trade myself. You know what I mean? So I'm going to copy take profit 3. Go back to MetaTrader 5 and I'm just going to erase that and paste it in there. Boom. Now, does everybody kind of understand so far how I got those numbers in there? Let me go on the Zoom. Do you guys got any questions in here? Does everybody understand how I put the stop loss in there? How I put the take profit in there? If you're following along, drop a 1 in the chat. If you understand, drop a 1 in the chat, guys. What the next thing I'm about to go over is the most important thing of this whole process. Okay? This is the most important thing. So what we're going to do, guys, is we have to actually calculate how much are we willing to lose on this trade. The number one thing in trading, guys, is you want to protect your account balance. Okay? You want to protect your account balance. You don't want to risk half your account on a trade. You don't want to risk 10% of your account on a trade. You want to risk half of a percent to 2% max on a trade. Okay. Now we're talking about demo accounts or live accounts, right? We're not talking about the challenge or funded accounts. Those are different rules. Okay. So here's how it works. All right. What we need to do first is we need to figure out what is the open price. This is the entry price. Okay. So what we're going to do is I'm going to share my screen and we're going to go back to this trade. All right, so according to this, the entry price is 47,900. That's what this EP is, entry price. Okay, so 47,900. I'm gonna go back here and type in 47,900. That's the open price. So they're like, where's the market currently at? Now we need the, oh, I'm gonna come back to this. Now we need to figure out what the stop loss is. So I'm just gonna go ahead and go back to the trade on Akashex's app. There's the stop loss, 47,850. I'm going to go back here, 47,850. Now they want to know how much is in your account right now. Okay, how much is in your account right now? We have 10,000 in our account right now. Okay. Now they say, how much percentage do you want to risk on this trade? Let's say I want to risk 2% of my account, right? 2% of my account. Okay. And then all you got to do is there will be a button. I'm actually going to, I'm not going to refresh it. Let me duplicate this quick.
You love duplication, don't you? That makes sense. It's like we like duplicating money.
Yep. All right, right here, guys. Check this out, okay? So I'm just going to copy over these numbers quick. I'll send you guys this link too, okay? Yep. All right, 10,000 in the account, and I want to risk 2%. Okay. Now it says a button right here. It says, are you calculating this for MetaTrader 4 or MetaTrader 5? You just click it, and then it asks you what's the contract size of, we're on US 30, by the way, guys. I selected US 30 right here. You have to make sure to select what you can do this for any pair. You can do it for gold, and you can do it for whatever, right? So US 30. And ask what's the contract size. I'll show you guys how to find that right now. Okay, it is 1. That's correct right there. It is 1, so we don't have to change it. But I think it's important for you guys to know where to find it. So when we're on MetaTrader 5, right? Oh shit. I'll show you guys that here in a little bit, okay? Because I have the trade typed in. All right, but all we have to do at this point, guys, is click calculate. So here's what it's telling me. If this is where I'm going to get in, and this is where I'm going to get out if I take a loss. And this is how much is in my account. This is how much I want to risk. And I hit calculate. It tells me if you only want to lose $200 at most, you got to do a 4 lot size. Okay, 4.0. So all I'm going to do, this is the important part, guys. I'm going to pull back. I'm going to pull back up in MetaTrader 5. One second, it's trying to connect to the computer. There we go. Cool. You guys should be able to see it. So I'm gonna go back to MetaTrader 5. Remember, it said 4 is what I gotta do. 4 at the top middle. All I'm gonna do is I'm gonna change that number to 4. And then I just hit buy. Done. So what did I do, guys? I copied the stop loss. I copied the biggest take profit. I pasted it into here. And then I had to figure out how many lots am I going to do on this trade? That number right here in the middle, guys, this determines how much you're going to make or lose how fast, right? So I do a 4 and then I hit buy and then you're in the trade. That's basically how that works, guys. That's how you take one of these pulse signals. It's pretty easy. You just got to get the hang of it. This is recorded. You guys can rewatch it if you want. But what I want to do is on this call, guys, okay? I want to show you how to actually enter. This was an example of how to take one of Preston's trades. Okay, Preston is who you guys are going to want to be trading with, in my opinion. Also, Rich Vendiga. I mean, there's Joel Arias. There's a lot of traders, right? But I think Preston is crushing it right now, so that's what we want to put our focus on. However, what I want to do, ladies and gentlemen, is I'm going to show you how to take a trade on Bitcoin right now. Okay, because that's the only market that's open right now, right?
Right.
So we're going to take a trade on Bitcoin. All right. Now, here's what I'm going to do. We're not going to go too deep into this training right now because I just want you to understand literally how to copy something. All right. But let's say for an example, I think that the market is going to go down. Okay. So we're going to get in right here. I'm going to set my stop loss. Yeah, let's just set the stop loss right there for an example. Hi. All right, and then I think it's going to go, we're going to get into a sell, guys. I think it's going to go back and touch all the way down here at 84,000. Okay. So you'll learn how to do this in the future, guys. But right here, the red 89,475, that's your stop loss. Okay. The green right here, or excuse me, the gray 88,182, that's the entry price. And then down here, this green is 84,546. That's your take profit. So if we get into a sell, if it goes up and hits our stop loss, we take our loss. If we get into a sell, it goes down and hits our take profit, we win. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a trade, everyone on here. Okay. So we have to 89,475. Remember that number, guys, 89,475. Okay. Let's go and add Bitcoin to our quotes tab. Okay. So go to the quotes tab. And you guys can do this without the Akashics app right now. This is going to be no Akashics app. I'm just showing you how to take a trade. Okay. So we're going to type in the quotes tab, BTC. And you guys will see it pop up right there, Bitcoin. Just check it. And now you added it to your list. You guys know it took me like 6 months to even learn this shit when I was brand new 7 years ago.
Did you have any help or anything? Or?
Fuck no.
Really?
Excuse my language.
There you
No,
go.
no, not at all.
I have a mentor who's been doing it for 40 years.
Yeah. So,
he's done-
you know, but it's like you guys are sitting here learning something right now that might be a little confusing, but you have to understand though that if you just try to apply what you're learning, dude, you're going to be profitable faster than like 99% of people on the planet.
Sweet.
You know?
I remember the first Super Saturday we did this. This was so confusing to me that it pissed me off. It was that.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, now it's like.
of course you guys aren't meant to understand right away. I'm just giving you like a visual of what it even looks like.
Right.
Because the reality is, like, think about it. We haven't done any crazy math calculations. And we just went and saw what a trade was and we copied it into an app.
Right.
You know, so, but I do know what it was like to be brand new. So guys, everyone added Bitcoin to their list. Okay. Tap on it, hit chart. Okay. Bitcoin pulls up. And what we're going to do is we are going to get into this trade. So we're going to go back to the quotes tab, click on Bitcoin, hit trade.
You can just click on the chart too.
Yeah, no. But we're going to swipe down and here's the stop loss. Ready, guys? Yep, 8,000 or 89,475. So if it goes up to there, we're just going to take our loss. 80. So now if we go pull open MetaTrader 5, let's type it in. Stop loss is 89,475. Because again, we're going to get into a sell. So if it goes up and touches that, we just take our loss. We're like, screw it, you know? that's part of trading, guys, is like we day trade, so you will lose trades, but your goal is to have more profit in the trade than loss every time. If you have more loss in the trade than profit, like your stop loss is bigger than your take profit, that doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? You're not in a winning, field, right? So stop loss right there. Let's go look at our take profit, okay? Right here, our take profit is 84,540. 84,540. I'm just rounding it. So we come back to here, 84,540. Now, here's the part that's important. It's easy to put a stop loss in. It's easy to put a take profit in. But what do we put in that magic number in the top middle? That determines how fast you're going to make money or lose money when we get into this.
Oh, why is that?
Because it's called a lot size. It's basically like how much of your account you're leveraging in this trade.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So as the account starts to go into profit more and more and more, you make more and more and more
Then you have
money.
more to-
Yep. And then as it goes in the wrong direction, you start losing more and more and more and more as it goes. So we just need to determine how fast we're going to make or lose money as this trade happens.
So either like if you're feeling risky, you have a bigger lot size.
Yes, exactly. Right. Now that's why guys, like right here. That's why right here, if you guys saw, like this is just a website. This is just a website that you guys can just calculate your lot size right here. There's actually, like, back in the day, guys, there was no calculator like this. We'd have to bust it out like using math in our head, right? So this is really simple. You literally just have to put what you're trading, where you're getting in, what's the stop loss, where's your account balance, how much you want to risk. So first thing we got to do, let's change it to Bitcoin, BTC. Okay, right there, BTC is Bitcoin. We selected it. Now it says, what's the open price? Where are we going to get in at? Well, let's go over to, this is called TradingView. You guys can also look at the chart on MetaTrader. But right now the price is at 88,125. Okay. So we're going to go over here. 88,125. That's the open price where we're going to get in. Now it says, what's your stop loss? Where are you going to get out if it goes the wrong way? Let's go over here. 89,475, the red one. So 89,475. What's your account balance at? We're all at 10,000 right now on this demo account. How much do we want to risk? Let's risk 2% of our account on this, right? $200. And are you doing a lot size of MetaTrader 4 or MetaTrader 5? Yes. Now this is important, guys. I do got to show you this, so I'm gonna have to backtrack a little. You guys don't have to do anything though, okay? Right here on the quotes tab, how do you find the contract size? Just click on any of them and hit details. And then right there, it says contract size 1. That's so important because otherwise, like, every brokerage, this is NTW Markets, every brokerage has different contract sizes. So if you're using one, that's always 1 or whatever. And just because it's 1 on Bitcoin doesn't mean it's 1 for everything, by the way.
Like
Like
a contract size means that.
contract size is just basically like how many contracts are being placed. This is like normal trading in the equities, but how many contracts are placed per lot.
Oh.
Yeah, so one lot can mean something completely different on one broker as it does another.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, if you guys are using the same broker every day, you know what the contract size is. You don't ever have to change it.
Is it the same on these different markets?
Well, no. So like, for example, USD JPY, guys, let me click on this one. For example, US dollar versus the yen. Contract size is 100,000. See what I'm saying? So that's why you have to check what the contract size is. But if you only trade US 30, for example, right?
Yeah.
You know it's 1 on NTW Markets. You never. So when we're on this right here, you never have to change it. You know it's 1. You know what I mean?
Then if you were doing the Japanese currency, you have to change that. So
100,000.
okay.
Yep, exactly. So I just have to quickly copy these numbers back in, guys. Give me 1 second. Chart, Bitcoin. You guys have the stop loss and everything entered in there?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Good.
Anybody not?
1 second. Let me punch mine in real quick. 89,475. And the take profit was, what do we do? 84,540. All right. You guys ready? Now we're going to calculate this. Okay. We got the where we're getting in, the stop loss, the account balance, how much you're risking, calculate. They want us to do 0.14 or 15 lots. Okay, so we're gonna go back to MetaTrader 5. right here, guys. And right in the top middle, just erase that 0.15. Because that's what the calculator told us to do. And then we're just going to click the sell button.
Boom.
Okay. Now, right now, guys, obviously, this isn't like the prime time to trade. It's the middle of a Saturday, so there is some there's some big spreads for this right now, which are actually crazy. But essentially, that's how you get into a trade. The reason it's negative right when you get into a trade, guys, is because that's the broker's commissions that they basically take right away. You know what I mean? So if this goes and hits take profit, we secure $500-600 of profit on our $10,000
How much
account.
commission do the brokers take right after that? Like, is there a percentage?
It's different for every single broker, but it's usually a percentage. Yeah.
Is it like, what, 10%?
I don't know the exact amount, not 10%. No. But yeah, guys, so that's how you get into a trade. Does anybody have questions about how that like whole process worked before we kind of move on? Maybe on Zoom.
Awesome.
So when you say we're just gonna risk 2%, how should someone know like how much they should be risking on their account? The last size calculator that we just.
So he said the question in the room, guys, was you say to risk 2%, but how is someone supposed to know how much they're supposed to risk like every time, right? Well, the reality is, guys, is like, you know, it's very simple rules for you to follow. Okay. They're actually in the Trade Talk Telegram. If you guys are in the Traders Telegram, I don't know if you guys are in there, but let me share my screen real quick.
I can also send like the Preston's session, like the live
Yeah.
training thing you did.
Yeah, you could do that too.
Love that.
But
Yeah. So it's
oh, it's my bad. I don't have it on there, guys. But basically, simple rules for you to know. Okay. When you're trading like US 30 with Preston, every day you're going to take 1 to 2 trades a day max. Okay. You don't need to punch in 30 trades, right? You're just taking 1 to 2 trades a day. Okay. If you notice that, I mean, guys, for example, sometimes it'll be, and when I say trade, I don't mean like, you know, you're only hitting buy or sell 1 or 2 times. Sometimes you hit buy or sell multiple times. Okay. Because it's called scaling in your position. You might like on your list of trades, for an example, like if I just show you guys real quick. Right here, if I switch to my live account, right? So you guys see right here, I'll go, no, not today. Let's go custom and I'll do just Friday. Okay. So Friday, you guys see right here, I cleared probably, you know, $500 roughly on Friday. And you see how there's obviously, oh, what the fuck?
$500, let's go.
It should be sharing the screen. Oh, Wilson's on here. Okay. All right, let me reshare that. Sorry, guys. But you guys see right here on Friday, you know, this is like 7, 8, 9, 10 trades, right? But the reality is I was looking for a buy entry on gold and I looked for a sell on US 30. So it's 1 to 2 trades that I took. But I slowly scaled in my position because when I got in, it went a little bit more the wrong way. So I put a little bit more down, right? I divided my 2% risk between all of these trades. Does that make sense, guys? I want to risk 2% on this US 30 sell, right? It was 2% total I wanted to risk. So I divided what 2% would have been between all these trades, you know? So I didn't risk the whole 2% on one trade. I spread it out between some trades, right? So, but yeah, you're looking visually, Carson, you're looking for 1 to 2 trades a day. And that's max. Now, in terms of how much you should risk, I would say on a live account, guys, you should be risking anywhere from 0.5%, 0.5% of your total account to like 2, maybe if you're risky 3%. Okay. 1% is usually a really good benchmark to start at. You risk 1% of your account.
For like the beginner standpoint, it's not that percentage point.
Yeah. I mean, you don't ever really want to go above that ever,
Okay.
but this is just general rules for you guys.
Like way too risky.
Yeah. You know, like you got to learn how to have good risk management.
Yeah.
With a small account if you want one with a big one too. So that's a good question though. I'd say, you know, you're risking about 1% a day, you know, but you're trying to obviously make more than 1% a day if you're risking 1% because you want more profit than loss. Okay?
Depends on the trader, I'm sure.
Yep, exactly. And US 30, guys, is so crazy. I mean, for example, I was risking 1 to 2% and then making 8, 9% on the trade because the reward in the trade was so much more than the risk.
That's a good one.
It was crazy. Like if it went up and hit my stop loss, I lost 1% or 2%. But if it went down and hit the take profit, which it did, I made 7, 8, 9%. It's crazy. It's nuts. So that's how I ripped almost 3 grand in like 3 days because Preston's just smacking trades. But that's why you guys now have a practice account set up. So all you got to do is tune into these calls and just hop on. And I just sent him a voice message on the way here. I was like, yo, bro, on these live sessions, if there's people who can't get on them because they have work or whatever, or they just, for the love of God, can't wake up to make some money that early, right? I've been there, man. I've been doing this for years. I understand sometimes. But can you just send a pulse signal of the trade you're taking on the live session as well? Because then everyone can participate in it. And I haven't checked if he's hit me back yet, but yeah, guys. So we can do more of these trainings. I thought this is really important for you guys to understand. I mean, you guys saw something that again took me 6 months to even comprehend, right? And I'm not saying that everyone here has to comprehend it and know how to do it now, but you at least just saw it happen, you know. And if you have more questions, dude, talk in the traders chat. The Wi-Fi Money Traders chat, just throw it out there. There's a bunch of people who are brand new, just like you guys, that are also trying to learn. So if we all just collaborate and talk and work together, everyone will learn, you know? But if you don't ask questions, you don't make money. You hear that, Zoom? If you don't ask questions, you don't make money. I got my guy Joey Wilson on here that's going to come up in a little bit. I used to harass that dude with questions. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and switch gears, guys. Joey, we're going to have you come up probably in like, you know, around like 12:30 or so, but you can hang out for a little while. Yeah, he's ready to go. Wilson's ready to go.
I will say, bro, can you hear me?
Sorry, bro. What'd you say?
I said, I will say I was that kid in the back of the class that refused to raise my hand. There's no way. I didn't want to ask a stupid question, but when I got in this industry, I don't know, I just tunnel vision for the sales and driving them in the system. But anyways, good training there. Preston's dope.
Yeah, we'll
People are
pass over to
crushing
you
it.
around like 12:30, okay?
All right, brother.
All right, sounds good. Yeah, and you know what I think is interesting about what he just said? I didn't want to ask questions in class either, like back when I was in like college and shit, because you don't want to look dumb. But here it's like you're missing out on the ability to make money from your phone if you don't ask questions. Like it's a different ballpark. Like you're paying. I'm paying for a monthly subscription, guys. You guys are paying too. It's like, dude, ask your questions. Let's make some money.
The people
right?
that have asked me the most questions have actually made the most.
Literally have made the most like a lot of these guys right here have harassed me with questions, right? So we're gonna go ahead and switch gears, ladies and gentlemen. Obviously, in the first half of these Super Saturdays, it's important that you always bring your team here. If you do have a team, we got to get them to these calls so we keep educating them. But we're gonna go ahead and pass it over to the individual who opened up the call, or no? Isaiah, okay. We're going to pass it over to one of the business partners who's here in the room. A lot of you know him. Today is Saturday. 2 nights ago, he actually ripped like one of the best presentations I've ever freaking seen at a live event. Some of the people that are in this room are at this live event right now. But if you are brand new, just so you understand, like this company, guys, it has some of the best products and services for trading in the industry. It's absolutely insane. Once you guys get plugged in and you start using them, use Zeus. Let it trade for you while you learn how to do this shit, right? Use Tap to Trade before you actually start doing signals, whatever. But once you guys understand how valuable the products that we have here are, you'll understand why there's an affiliate program where you can go out and get paid every single week for building an organization. I got in this, guys, me and Jay, he's not here right now, but we got in, it was just us, and we were on Joey and Matt's team. We had no team, we had no residual income, we were lone soldiers. We were just graduating college, our last semester of college, right?
What did you go to school for?
I went to school for MIS, it was an IT degree, but I cheated my way through it, right? So I'm just barely getting by my last semester, bro. Like I had to get C's and I'm freaking out of there. I was like, oh my gosh. But we got started, no one on our team, didn't know how to trade, nothing. Right. And once we started realizing how valuable what it is that we're actually doing here is, and we started seeing people have success, we started having some success. Me and Jay were like, dude, we see the compensation plan. I mean, for example, Matt and Joey are making $10,000 a month because they decided to go share this with people, right? And build an organization. They hold leadership calls, meetings like this. We were making nothing. But when we saw the value, we're like, why would we not go share this with everyone? Matt and Joey are in Minnesota. This was 7 years ago, guys. We knew if we don't go share this with our friends, our family, whoever, that we think would actually want to make some money online, they're going to find them eventually. So me and Jay went crazy. We went crazy, guys. There's something called the 6 degrees of separation. Okay. You're only 6 people away from anyone in the world. Now that I'm connected to you guys and they're all connected to you guys, and I'm all connected with you guys, how much effort would it really take for me to somehow meet someone in your network? It's 6 degrees of separation from anyone in the world. You know what I mean? So Matt and Joey told me that when I was brand new, and I was like, dude, let's go crazy, man. So we went out and built a team. By 2 years, we hit a $10,000 a month residual income, which is pretty awesome. That was 5 years ago. And we've been able to just impact a lot of lives, guys. This isn't a sales job. You have to understand, if you're going to build a successful business here and crush the compensation plan, like, you are like the captain, you're the coach, you're the leader, man. You got to help your team make money. And if they make money, they stick around. And if they stick around and make money, they go also build their own business. You know what I mean? So it's a push-pull system. If you want a sales job, you guys, you can be a realtor, you can go sell cars, whatever you want to do. This is a leadership role where if you're a good leader and you know how to create a movement, you can make a ton of money. For example, Joey and Matt out here in Minnesota, guys, are clearing over $100,000 a month of residual income. And it's because they have individuals like me on their team, and Jay. I obviously wouldn't be able to be in my position if I didn't have individuals like a lot of people in this room and on this Zoom call, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to pass it over to one of the individuals that is crushing it right now on the business side. He's helped a ton of people inside of Minnesota. He's been able to quit 3 jobs since starting to do this, which is crazy if you think about it. Quit 1 job, quit 2 jobs, quit 3 jobs. Does this full time, moved into a new beautiful house, is able to take care of his 2 younger sisters, and he's making a big impact inside of the Minnesota community, guys. So he's going to come up here, give a good training, teach you guys how to get to where he got as of right now. Okay, so let's give it up for Isaiah Johnson, baby. Come on. Hey, keep an eye on that battery real quick. You gonna stay right here?
Yeah, I got it, bro.
Look
Yeah.
it up.
What's up, Chad? How we feeling, everybody? Mr. Mike with the camera on every single Saturday, bro. You do not miss out. That's my guy, Mike. But you guys, if you guys don't know who I am, my name's Isaiah. I'm 21 years old. I'm from Apple Valley, Minnesota. I've been in the industry for about 16 months. And Josh covered my story pretty well, but I had 3 jobs when I first got into it. Living in a super duper nice 2-bedroom apartment, taking care of my 2 younger sisters at 20. Right. So you're busy. You got a company, right?
Yeah.
And I'm going to talk about, one, how to get your memberships waived. Right? Because for me, you guys, a monthly membership was not something I was like willing to pay.
Yeah.
I was willing to start, right? Pay to play, but I was not willing to pay to stay. So when I got into the
I
industry,
want to say something to you guys. I got my free membership 7 years ago. I've saved $15,000 over 7 years.
Damn.
Because I don't.
Yeah. That's crazy.
With that.
Right, exactly. So it's like,
That's too, yeah.
and I just want to know too, for like, I know there's a lot of new people on the Zoom, a lot of new people in the room. What Josh just covered, you guys, was that pretty confusing?
I have
Like, be honest, like a little confusing. Yeah.
It was like
Okay.
like thumbs sideways.
Right. So understanding, right, trading is going to take time, right? So in the meantime, why don't we waive our memberships, right? So we're not paying while we're learning, right? That's how I thought about it. But on the other side of it too, why don't you create a passive income? So trade hit, trade not hit, you're still making money at the end of the week and at the end of the month. Just makes sense, right? So I'm going to cover how to do that really, really quick and what I run my team through. And it's just going to be putting your upline in group chats. Okay, this is how to connect your person, your prospect, your friend, family member, coworker, peer to your upline, right? The person that got you started. And it's a really, really easy framework, but you guys write this down in your notes. It's called IPET, I-P-E-T. Okay, I-P-E-T, IPET. It's a 4 system that all of us use inside of AkashX, network marketing, IPET. And learning those individual letters, right, is going to help you with your mastery in network marketing. And the first one's inviting, right? You guys will learn what the rest are, but the I stands for inviting. That's what I'm going to talk about here, okay? Inviting is the first skill that every single person needs to learn in order to, 1, waive their membership, but 2, get a passive and residual income, right? And it's super duper simple. Like, dude, you got invited out to the event, right? Well, Cade and Carson had to learn the skills on how to invite somebody to an event, right? Likewise. So here's a really, really easy framework on how to invite your prospect into a 3-way group chat between you, your prospect, and your upline, okay? So the first step is you need to prepare. You need preparation, right? How the hell are you going to invite somebody if you don't know who you're going to invite, right? So you need to prepare, need a preparation, and all you need for inviting you guys to prepare is a names list. Right. And I always tell people on my team, you want to create a names list of 50 people, bare minimum 50 people. Right. And it's super duper easy, you guys. This is first name, last name, phone number, first name, last name, Snapchat, first name, last name, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, however you know them. Right. But you want to make a names list so that when you're inviting, you know who you're going to invite.
Being accrued across 50 states.
The world.
The world.
Anybody and everybody. Dude, if the dog speaks English and you can talk to the dog, put him down on the list.
They left.
Right? So everybody and everybody, okay? Make your names list. Now, here's the first thing. One, understand that this inviting method I'm teaching is calling, right? If I wanted to teach you guys something that didn't work, I'd teach you how to invite through texting, right? This is calling, okay? So the first step that you guys need to do is you need to be in a hurry. Step number one for inviting. Make sure you're taking notes. Okay, step number one, be in a hurry. And then I'll explain on why and how to be in a hurry. Right, but step number one, you guys want to be in a hurry. And the reason why is because people respect people that are busy, right? People respect people that are busy. You call your buddy, like, what's one of your friends' names? Best friend, off the top of your head. Zach. Okay, so you're going to call Zach and you're going to be like, hey, what's going on, bro? Do you have a quick second? Hey, what's going on? Are you free really fast? Hey, what's up, man? You got a quick minute? Right? You just want to be in a hurry, right? Because Zach's now going to respect your time and he's like, oh, this is a quick phone call. Yeah, what's up? Right? So step number one, be in a hurry. People respect people that are busy, right? And step number two, you got to give them a compliment, right? A lot of people think this is weird nowadays. People don't give compliments. It's hard to receive them, right? 80% of the world, I believe, is pessimistic and negative. So it's hard to receive a compliment, let alone give one, right? But you have to give a genuine compliment. What's something cool about Zach? Does he nice truck, nice beard, nice hair? What's up with Zach?
He's intelligent.
Intelligent, cool, easy as compliment, right? So you're gonna call Zach. Hey, what's going on, Zach? Do you have a quick second? Yeah, what's going on, bro? Are you cool? Are you okay? Yeah, I'm good, bro. I just wanted to call you and let you know you're one of the most intelligent people I know, one of the most smartest people I know, and that's why I'm calling you. Right? Super duper simple. You give them a compliment. Number two. Here's the third thing, right? I always tell my team to ask them, what's new? Right? I just want to call you, man, let you know you're one of the most intelligent people I know, but what's new with you, bro? Right? What's new, boss? Right? And the reason why 9 times out of 10, when you ask somebody what's new and they finish up talking about what they're talking about, they're probably going to ask you what's new with you, right? How have you been? What's going on in your life? Now this puts it in your ballpark to talk about this. Right, rather than hopping on the phone and being like, hey, what's going on, Zach? Dude, I just got started with this thing. There's tap to trade, there's trade alerts, right? I just watched a really confusing training by the guy that is running it, right? His name's Josh Amundsen. I was at this event, right? That's scary. You know what I mean? He's probably gonna look at you and be like, dude, what the hell are you talking about? Are you okay? Are you on something? Right? So you want to ask him, right, what's new, right? How are you? What's going on? Because he's gonna ask you what's new with you. Now, here's the phrase, right? After you're asked what's new, and he's, talking and they say, what's new with you? Number 4, write this phrase down, okay? 1, you're on the phone. Okay, you have excitement, you have energy. They can hear the vibrations through your voice. Really, really important. They don't call them. You're like, hey, what's up, Zach? How you doing? No, it's, hey, what's going on, bro? How you feeling today, right? You want to come with some energy. The number 4, when they say, what's new with you? You're going to be like, man, life's been great, right? I've been amazing. Life's been terrific. And then here's this phrase I want you to write down, okay? I recently started trading. Okay, I recently started trading with a group of friends, and I'm learning to make money. I recently started trading with a group of friends, and I'm learning to make money, right? If you guys want to talk about the business side, right? Let's say they hate trading, they hate the markets, you just switch it up. I recently started an online business with a group of friends, and I'm learning to make money, right? Really, really simple. You say that to Zach, he's gonna have questions, right? Your friends are gonna have questions. Who are these friends? What do you mean you're making money? How are you trading, right? Who's teaching you, right? How much money have you made? I get that question all the time. How much money have you made, right? So number 5, they're gonna have questions, okay? After they give you a question, whatever the question is, write the second phrase down. This is the response to the question. If you guys are new, I'm telling you, this is how you waive questions and not deal with the hard work, okay? So they ask a question, let's say, how much money have you made? Here's your response. That's a great question, right? That's a great question, bro, okay? That's a great question. I recently started doing this. Like, I just started doing this, man. I recently started doing this. So I don't even know what I'm talking about, right? I don't even know what I'm talking about. I just started this. So let me connect you, right? I recently started doing this, man. I don't know what I'm talking about. So let me connect you to the guy that's helping me, right? Because you guys, a lot of you guys are brand new in this. You probably don't know how to professionally break this down to somebody. So the last thing you want to do is try and then, you know, mess up and then do a disservice to them and they might be turned off when this really could have changed their life.
Not educated.
And exactly the same thing, right? So what you want to do is connect them to somebody who's educated enough to give them everything, right? So it's going to be your upline, right? Let me connect you to the guy that's helping me. And then after that, you hang up the phone. You hang up the phone and you make the group chat. You don't hang up the phone and make food and do this and do that. No, you hang up the phone and you make the group chat between your prospects, you, and your upline. Now, here's a really, really important thing. When you guys make that group chat, right? Don't just make the group chat and say, hey, Zach, this is Cade, without telling Zach who Cade is, right? Because when you do that, bro, Zach's gonna hop in and he's like, well, who the fuck is Cade? Why should I talk to him? Right? Why is Cade important? Right? But when you put somebody in a group chat with your upline, there's a thing that we call edification, right? It's creating credibility between you, your prospect, and the upline, right? Super duper duper important. So when you throw Zach in a group chat with Cade, and you're like, yo, what's going on, Zach? This is Cade, right? He's a six-figure earner inside of the industry that I'm a part of. He's been able to help, you know, 500 people plus get access to doing what I do. I knew you were interested, so I thought I'd connect you guys. Zach's going to read that. Way different credibility, right? Now he has a reason to talk to Cade, right? Hey, what's going on, Bill? This is Abby, right? Abby's been helping me with 100+ different people, right? All over the US get access into doing what I'm doing, right? This is Carson, X, Y, and Z. So you want to create edification, because if you don't, right, your prospect's probably gonna be like, well, who the fuck is this guy and why should I talk to him, right? They're not going to take you seriously. They're not going to take them seriously. And you probably just messed up your opportunity on, one, getting the close, but two, right, even creating a relationship where you can have retention with that person. So very, very simple. It's how I got my free membership done in my first 4 days. That's how I was able to help on the last 30 days, 12 individuals get a free membership and hit the founder rank, right? Right, just popped 2 new founders last night. I think they're on this call, 2 new founders last night. But you guys, really, really simple, okay? A lot of people overcomplicate it, and what you guys just wrote down, you'll write it down and then you go do the complete opposite, right? Don't reinvent the wheel. When I just went through that process that I taught you guys, I used to hold my notebook up in my face, call the person and read off. I'm so serious. I did this for 6 hours straight for like a whole week, you guys. I'd read my notebook, call the person, go through the steps. I'd wait for the question at 5, and then I'd hit them with the response at 6, right? And then after that, boom, you hang up, make the group chat. Repeat, rinse, and repeat, rinse, and repeat. What's
How
up?
many hits did you get within that first week?
My first week, I mean, the day after I started, I closed my first person all by myself.
No help.
No help. You know, and that's just called ignorance on fire is, you know, better than knowledge on ice. Yeah, so that's all you guys have to do. It's really, really simple. Make your names list, and then you call them and go through that process. You master that process I taught you. It's a 60-second phone call, right? If it's a 60-second phone call, that means you can do 60 phone calls in an hour. Get better at it, you can do it in 30 seconds, right? That's 120 phone calls in a single hour, right? But inviting, very, very simple process. A lot of people overcomplicate it, so don't do that. You guys, it's super simple, right? But I'm going to pass back to the person that opened it up. Now understand that this individual, like with me and my journey, when I tell you guys it's okay to ask questions, I harass this guy with questions, right? That's what I was told when I first got into it. He's been a huge help to me individually. It's helped on a lot of different, you know, fields where it's like mindset wise, finance wise, emotion wise, right? And it's one of those things too, where it's like you guys have to be around the fire, right? The proximity. A lot of people ask me, how the hell am I going to have success really fast? Show up, right? Show up, stay around the fire. Who are the fire? The leaders, right? The community, right? Stay close to the leaders, stay close to the community, and soon enough, you'll turn into one. It's really, really simple, you guys. I'm not even 2 years into this, right? But I'm going to pass it back over to the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Tit Tat.
Come on. Let's get it. Great work. Come on, another round of applause for Isaiah. Let's go. Come on, let's get fired up.
That was phenomenal, guys. And every single week, guys, almost every single day, not only do I get a sense of pride in what Isaiah's been able to accomplish and the competency that he's at, but also inspiration. You know, it's like you can draw inspiration from yourself, from people that have what you want and live a life that you want, but then you can also draw inspiration from those around you that maybe are in a less experienced position. Okay, all around the board, the push-pull system that Josh was talking about. Okay, and I'm going to touch on a couple of things and expand on some of the concepts that Isaiah was talking about, guys. Because if you can master inviting, okay, you can make a lot of money in this space. Everything else from there, you'll learn gradually, okay, as you go. But how many of you guys have some limiting beliefs that, oh, I need to go see some results first, or, oh, I don't know what I'm talking about, so I'm kind of scared of, introducing someone to this platform? How many of you guys have felt that before or feel that right now?
I mean, they come and go.
Okay. So now, would you guys agree that that is kind of a lack of credibility that you're worried about in this space
Just a new area.
or in the platform? Lack of credibility. You guys hear what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay. Now I'm going to talk about first some fundamental concepts that I want you to understand. All right. When you are inviting to this opportunity, okay, you're not necessarily the professional that's going to help them along their journey. Okay. First and foremost, you're just helping someone get access. Okay. You're just helping someone get educated. Properly educated with a proper presentation. So what does that mean? Okay. If this is the screen right here, okay, this is the opportunity. All right. This curtain is the person that I'm talking to. All right. Some of you guys look like this. Right? Some of you guys look like that. And what do I mean by that? I mean that you are completely in the way of the person seeing the opportunity. You're in the way. It's me, or it's a lack of credibility. Okay. And you are capping yourself so much on not only your business, but also the amount of impact that you could be having, right? With a lack of knowledge or with the knowledge. Okay. So now I'm going to teach you guys how you can go establish credibility with your network when you are introducing them to the opportunity. Okay, I'm gonna go fast. All right, Joey, I know your time is very precious. Okay, so I'm gonna work through this pretty fast. But now there's one thing where I want you guys to be proactive on. Okay, if you're serious about building this business, if you're serious about helping a bunch of people, okay, first you need to get serious about helping yourself. You lead yourself first. Okay, you lead yourself first. You go make a decision to actually take this serious. Okay, and then you go do the things that you need to do. If you don't know what to do, you ask the questions to the people that do know what you need to do, right? And then you go implement. During this time, you want to be proactive about what you're posting on social media, right? The type of branding that you have, the marketing that you're putting out there, the type of conversations that you're having, okay? Because not only are you building your credibility long-term, guys, okay? Think bigger, think legacy, okay? You're building your legacy because this is just a vehicle for you to go and help thousands and thousands and thousands of people if you want to. Okay, build friendships that you would have never had before, but specifically friendships with people that are like-minded, that are aligned, that collaborating with them will help you guys both get into a better position financially, spiritually, right? Physically, everything, all the above. Okay, now, outside of you being proactive and what you can do, all right, now let's talk about establishing credibility externally. Okay, Isaiah talked about this a lot. All right, Isaiah talked about, okay, you don't want to just introduce them to someone who knows what they're talking about and just say, oh, this is Kate. All right, did you guys notice how every single time we're switching speakers, even though some of you guys are new, right, and you've never met these speakers or you don't really know their accolades, what do? We establish their credibility beforehand, did we not? Yeah. Right? We let you guys know who it is, a quick synopsis of who's coming up and why you should listen to them. Okay? Now, before I get into a diagram real quick, I want you guys to understand that people, when Isaiah was giving his training on inviting by phone, okay, people don't want to get sold to, all right? But people want to buy. They want to buy. They love buying. Right? We're all consumers first, right? Yeah. So what does that mean? That means that you don't want to just be like a stereotypical sales rep. That's not what we're doing here, right? We're giving access. We're providing a whole bunch of different benefits, but we're finding people that want and need this opportunity. So when you're having quick conversations like this, okay, be mindful of how you're framing the conversation. All right. Everything you say, everything that's spoken on the call, guys, it's intentional. Isaiah broke down every single step and why he says every single step, right? Okay, so keep that in mind. Now, I want you guys to understand this fundamental concept, all right? Because what I'm showing you is why you don't need to know what it is that you're talking about or have the results to back up the reason why someone should get started, right? You're just leveraging the platform and someone that actually does have the results or is able to explain the platform professionally, okay? So let me go to the whiteboard quick. All right. All right. Can you guys see my whiteboard? Mike, thumbs? Perfect. Okay. So this is you. Okay. Please don't write on the whiteboard. This is you. Okay. Now, this is your prospect. And then this is your mentor, the presenter, your upline, your leader. All right. Now I want you guys to understand the dynamics of this three-way relationship. Okay. I'm talking business relationship, guys. All right. So, okay, first and foremost, all right, from you and the person that you're talking to, okay, you have a trust dynamic. All right. They trust you in terms of your intentions of wanting to help, all right, and seeing that there's benefits that they can benefit from. All right. Now, the mentor that you guys have here, guess what? This person, between your prospect and the mentor, you have to build credibility and trust. Okay, that is your job. You have to build credibility and trust between your prospect and your mentor. How do you do that? If it's a group chat that you're throwing them into, guys, maybe just 2 different talking points on why they should respect them, why they should respect their time, why they should listen to this person. Okay. Now, little bonus for you guys. If you know that this person, your prospect, wants to travel a lot more, right? Wants to maybe create an online passive source of income for themselves. Okay. Maybe when you bring up the mentor or bring up the leader into the group chat and introduce them, you should bring up about how much they've been traveling recently or how they're just coming back from a trip or the amount of passive income that they've been able to generate. Or if it's someone, a prospect that likes helping people, okay, maybe mention in that text, right, how many people or approximately that they've been able to help all these years. Maybe they want to see someone that's tenured. Okay, bring up how many years they've been doing this business, how many years they've been in this space, and how much success that they've had. Does that make sense, guys? Okay, you want to cater and frame these kinds of conversations, okay, so that the person feels better about buying through this process. All right. Okay. So now between you and the mentor, guys, okay, this is just you making the connection. All right. You introducing them to the prospects. Okay. And guys, one big thing, guys, that I want you to understand throughout this process is continued learning. Okay. When you're hopping on, okay, and you've invited people to these group chats, to the information, okay, I want you guys to be proactive with your learning process. Okay, take notes on these different calls. Eventually, your goal should be to become completely independent so then you don't have to rely on someone else to go build your business. Does that make sense, guys? Okay, just like how you're taking notes during this meeting right here, okay, you want to take notes on these calls. Okay, presentation calls, onboarding calls. All right, you want to be proactive with your learning process so then you can go become independent a lot faster. Because the more independent you become, right, your income will correlate. Okay, so now with that, guys, that's pretty much what I have for you guys. Edification, super, super important. Doesn't have to be just in a group chat, guys. When you are introducing somebody to someone else, okay, you should be edifying them properly. Let me take off this whiteboard. Perfect. Okay, So now the next individual that I want to bring up, guys, okay, this is someone that truly inspires me. Okay, I've seen him for the last 5 years that I've been in the space, but I've only had the privilege to be in proximity with them in this last like year or so. Okay. Oh, Josh, you're on the. Oh, no, I can see it on the computer. You want me to share my screen? Okay, it's good though. All right. So this individual, guys, when I look at someone who I'm looking to emulate, right, or just a role model in general, okay, you know, there's different aspects of life that you want to build equity within. Okay, you have like love and your relationships and family. Okay, you have your financial well-being. You have your physical well-being. Okay, and when we talk about these different aspects, guys, he hits and he is at the epitome from what I've seen. All right, in all these different categories: beautiful family, loving wife, loving kids, very smart, caring, right? Beautiful kids. Okay, and obviously on the financial side of things, he's been in this space for over 13 years and he's making over $100,000 a month right now. Okay, on the physical side of things, right? He has a home gym and he's the most built, lean person that I've ever met at his status. Okay, so when I look at a role model, guys, I'm looking at all these different things, and you have a mentor for each of these different aspects, and he is one for me in all of these different aspects combined. So without further ado, he has so much value to give you guys, and please get your notebooks out again and give it up for my brother, Joey Wilson. Let's go!
Well, I appreciate it, bro. And listen, I thought you were going to take a couple hours longer than that. I'm not going to lie. But listen, I'm still just a human being, right? I know they say all these great things about me, and I'm very grateful for that. But I'm still learning and growing every single day. I still get nervous to get on Zoom calls. I am not perfect in my relationship at home. I'm not perfect in my business relationship with Matt Thayer every day. But every day I chase the best version of myself, and I just try to make the best decisions. So I appreciate that, Tippa, and all the love that I get from you guys. I wouldn't be where I'm at today if it wasn't for Josh J and the amazing leadership of this community right here. And so one thing I wanted to touch on real quick before I got started was just listening to Zay and listening to these guys talk about how to really go out there and build a network marketing business. You know, I feel like that's like a lost art. These guys are teaching it the best way from, you know, not from, yeah, I might have taught them a lot of this stuff, but I learned from David Peach, who was making 150,000 a month, who his mentor back in the 90s was Paul Orbison, who was making $1 million a month, right? And these guys were connected to Bob Proctor and Tony Robbins and all those guys. So don't reinvent the wheel. I love it. But when Zay was talking, he's like, dude, I had my inviting script out in front of my face for 6 hours, uncomfortable, just making the calls, right? Screwing up, sounding like an idiot, but learning. One of my very first mentors, Eric Grzybowski. So it was David Peach, who was a little bit older. He was about late 40s. Eric Grzybowski was making over 100,000 a month, and he was in his early 30s, and I was 22 years old. And he would say in his fast start training, every single time that I heard him, he would say, "You want to know why I got rich in this business?" He's like, "I literally traveled the world. And they put me on these stages across the world with 10,000, 15,000 people. And I teach people exactly how to get the lifestyle that I have. And the reason they won't do it, because they're not willing, they say they want it, but the reason they won't, because they're not willing to get uncomfortable and read a script to their friend. Okay? Most people won't. Most people won't pick up that phone for 12 phone calls in a row and call their closest people to them. And then on top of that, you might get a gut punch from one of your buddies, right? Most people aren't willing to get uncomfortable in life. So when they hear someone say, dude, don't do those things, you're an idiot. You're like, oh, dude, you're right, bro. I know you got $600 in your bank account now, but you're probably right. And that's just how it is for people. For me, I didn't care, because if you didn't have the lifestyle I want, I did not take advice from you. So I got uncomfortable. I promise you I was uncomfortable. And I just did it anyways. Whatever it takes for as long as it takes. Matter of fact, I was probably uncomfortable for 7 years straight. Just grinding every single day, clawing my way. Who's the next person we can put in? You know, make your list. Let's go show them. Let's taproot for 7 years, and then boom, finally struck some gold, which was $250,000 that year. And then after that, it's been amazing years, but yeah, most people won't go for that long until the breakthrough happens. Like I had breakthroughs in between, but it was messy, guys. It was watching Carson, watching Zay, watching Cade, watching Tippa, watching the leaders of this team is like watching me from Stillwater, Minnesota, 22 years old, driving to Burnsville every single day to go show people with my buddy who wanted to run out there. I would drive up to Eau Claire and Stout when I was running with Thayer. I would live on his beanbag, whatever it takes there. We would drive across the country. We didn't care. We just knew we would work 18 hours a day if we could just do this, and we loved the thrill of the hunt. Rather than working for somebody else. We just felt that way. We saw something here where you can actually dream again, where at these jobs we weren't able to dream. And so this industry was a game changer for me. And I know there's some new excited people on this call and in the room that are really looking to chase some dreams and goals, and you are all absolutely worthy of your dreams and goals. I know that for a fact. And another thing I wanted to touch on when I started talking earlier, I said, hey, I never answered or asked a question in class ever. But that's probably why I graduated high school 2 years late, because I never applied myself, right? But when I got in this industry, I just fell in love with it. So I was constantly asking, I was constantly seeking the information to move quicker. So I love what those guys are talking about. They're spot on. But if you're taking notes, I'll just take the next 15, 20 minutes and go through a training that I put together a couple years ago that I love. It's 7 keys to freedom in network marketing. Okay, so if you're taking notes, 7 keys to freedom in network marketing. And step number 1 is your ability to dream big. Okay, your ability to dream big. Les Brown. If you don't know who that is, you should probably study him. He's a speaker, motivational speaker. He loves this industry, but he said, you will never live life beyond your wildest expectations until you first have some wild expectations. Okay? You got to have some big dreams. You got to have some wild expectations. I mean, just picture yourself right now where you're at today. How much money is in your bank account? You know, you don't have to tell your neighbor. How much time freedom? How much money freedom do you have? How much do you get to travel the world? What kind of car do you drive? What does your home look like? And I'm not saying you're not grateful if you don't have those things you want, because obviously we're grateful. But I remember looking at those things and thinking, dude, I want a whole different life. Because I felt like up until this point in the industry, I felt like I was confined in this box. Like, you got to go do what we tell you to do and get a job and, do that and don't blow your money on luxury goods and da-da-da. So picture yourself. Is that where you want to be? But what I would say is erase all of that and now get a mental picture of your dream house, your dream cars, your dream spouse, right? What does that look like? Like when you wake up in your master bedroom in your dream home and you lift up your head, what do you see? What's your room look like? Right? And that's what I feel like when I lift up my head now in this house that we built over the last 3 years that I had in my mind for 10 years. I look up and I see the lake, and it's the most beautiful thing ever. I see the sunrise, right? What do you want your house to look like? When you go into your closet, what type of clothes do you have? When you walk downstairs, maybe your wife is cooking you some breakfast, right? Maybe you're hanging out with the kids, sitting by the fire in the Christmas tree. But that's one of the first things that my mentor told me to do. He said, get a crystal clear picture of what you want your life to look like. Your subconscious mind, it doesn't know the difference between real and fake. So if you're going to dream, why dream small? You might as well just go all out. I was just listening to on Instagram, what's his name? His last name, Herjavec. Robert Herjavec. You probably know him.
Is innate. And also, people's mindset. Like I like to say, you can only grow too much.
He was basically just saying, he's like, I wish I would have dreamed bigger sooner. I wish I would have. And Grant Cardone said the same thing. And all these guys are saying the same thing. So early on, I'm so grateful that I got tipped off to that. Like your subconscious mind doesn't know the difference and you might as well just dream super big. And so I just obsessed what I wanted my life to look like. And I took massive action and then it started to form itself around me because your subconscious mind, it goes to work on what you think about and it puts the people, places, and opportunities into your life to manifest what it is that you're thinking about all the time. It's one of the most powerful things ever, and it's the cheat code. I feel like I got it. I got the cheat code, right? Inviting presenting all of that, going through the thick of the journey in the trenches. That's just from getting from A to B. It's not supposed to be easy. It's God testing you. Do you really want what you say you want? Let's see if you want it. If you want it bad enough, you're going to what? You're going to find a way. But if not, you will find an excuse why it wasn't going to be worth it, why you won't be able to do it, why you don't have the time, why you don't have the money. For me, I was in my 20s and I said, I'm going to dedicate all of my 20s for a season of my life, because by the time I wake up when I'm 30, I'm going to be completely financially free. We're going to live where we want to live. We're going to do what we want to do. And we're going to have our kids, and we're not going to be stressing about money. And we're going to do whatever we want. Because I saw when I was younger, growing up in a middle-class family, my parents busted their butt, but I still had those moments where I watched my mom bawling about just trying to make ends meet. And I remember thinking to myself, I will not be like, there's no way. I'm not going to live my whole life just struggling and eking out a living, right? And so my wheels were spinning, and it was this industry right here. It changed everything for me. And so that's why, again, like I said, I love working with Josh and Jay and all the leaders of this group so much. But, you know, we've done massive events out of Minnesota. If you are from here, just know we haven't even gotten started yet. My very first Super Saturday in Minnesota, where they said, you're training. They told me on Friday, Eric Grzybowski looked at me because the other trainer didn't show up because he had a family issue. He said, Wilson, hope you're ready. You're training tomorrow. And I'm like, bro, no way. You guys know how nervous I get. And I didn't even put anything together. I get, 12 hours to think of something? And there was over 800 people there in downtown St. Paul at the Crown Plaza when I was 22 years old. Crazy. We can do that again. We can put in 5,000 people in a room in the cities. There's no question in my mind. But it starts with us and making that decision that we're going to go all in. So again, your ability to dream big, right? People follow people that have a big dream that's compelling, a vision, right? Number 2 is become an expert. You will put yourself in the top 1%. You will put yourself in the top 1% of the industry just by reading 5 or more books on the topic of your profession, right? Maybe there's a couple trading books out there you should probably get. I know there's some people in the room that could recommend a few. Also, building the business, right? GoPro, Eric Worre. Building an Empire, Brian Carruthers. Your first year in network marketing, Mark Yarnell, right? So when I first got started in this industry, again, that's what I focused on. I got handed the book GoPro and I studied the industry, how to invite properly. That was the number one skill. I didn't need to know anything else for my first 2 years other than inviting like crazy, showing it and passing the phone. That was it. Take it away from me, brother. But you see, I'm fired up and I'm going to the top. I haven't made $1 yet, but I'm going to the top. And that's why people followed, right? So become an expert in your field. Number 3 is create a game plan. You guys have the system, you have the game plan, you have amazing leadership. I know they say they learned everything from me, and they might have learned a lot of it, but they have systems more dialed than I would be able to personally put together. So I am super grateful that they do that. So when it comes to systems, they know the systems, but our systems were the same. When people got started, here's how you navigate your website. Here's how you set up your trading account. But what we could do right away is let's get your 3 and free. Who's the first couple people you know you could get started just because you're doing it? Let's go show them right now. And we just went out there and showed the plan. But then also, like Zay said, make that list of names. You want to waive your fees and make a little commission? Make a list of your top 10 people that know you the best and trust you the most. You want to make a lot of money? Make a list of on a piece of paper of 200 names, right? And you might be thinking, I don't know 200 names. Get the yearbook. Who did you work with at all the jobs you have? Robert Kiyosaki says the scientific fact, 1,000 people by their first name by the age of like 21 years old. So another thing for the game plan is the power list to legend. Some of you know this, some of you might not, but Andy Frisella, the owner of First Form Nutrition, super wealthy dude, but he's also like, I'm super lazy. And so how he compounded and built one of the biggest nutrition companies in the world, plus all of his other companies that he does, he said, I made a power list of my most important things that I need to do every single day, that if I follow these things, whether it takes me 8 hours, 5 hours, or an hour, once I'm done, I'm done. But at least if I can just get these things done daily, I know I'm going to get to where I want to go. Right? And so number 1 is personal development, making sure you're doing personal development every single day, reading a good book, listening to some audios, whether you're working out, whether you're driving, right? Number 2 is post on social media. Make sure people know you're open for business, right? People are like, dude, I'm so hungry. I'm fired up for this thing. I'm all in. But for a week straight, there wasn't one thing on their stories or on their socials about, they were open for business. People don't even know you're in business. So you're not probably going to grow too fast. Number 3 is 10 before 10 a.m. Reach out to and follow up with 10 prospects before 10 a.m. every single morning. And again, this stems from a buddy of mine, a top earner from New York City back in the day said, Joey, I know you're probably reaching out to people every single morning, right? I said, I have to. My kids got to eat. I always would use that even before I had kids. My kids got to eat. I got to grind every single day. So there's no doubt in my mind. I mean, I have to. He said, imagine if your entire team was doing that though. And so we created this duplication process of a lot of people getting on board with 10 before 10 a.m. So it wasn't just me reaching out to 10 people. It was me and, 50 other people doing it and just compounding and collapsing time frames, right? Getting people on that mission of 10 before 10 a.m. Number 4, tap in with the products and services, right? I mean, it's cool to see, Josh and Jay, almost 8 years in the industry, plugged in every day to the products and services. They know exactly how they work. They're creating success stories. They even can teach a little bit on the side. They could probably even be educators if they wanted to at this point, right? Just because they are a product of the product. Number 5 is 3 exposures every single day. That's one of the main ones right there. Personal development and 3 exposures every single day. That'll keep the job away. But again, show 3 a day. Whether that's I do 1 big call at night, like we'll do Sunday night. But then I'll show a couple more people earlier in the day, right? So, but if you're on a blitz, if you're in momentum, you're going to bed with a sore throat because you've done so many calls. That's like 7 or more a day, right? But shoot for 3 exposures every single day. And again, I do say every day, but this power list, even if you did it 4 or 5 days a week consistently, you're going to hit some massive goals. Again, everything is consistency. That's it. I was listening to a podcast with Mark Wahlberg this morning. Dude was like in detention, troublemaker, a rapper kid. And then he met a guy. He met a guy that helped him with music and showed him the movie industry. And he went out there and he wanted to change his life so bad. And he said, what set him apart today from most people is just consistency. He has a burning desire to win. And every day he's learning and growing and he's just consistent. I'm just like, it's the same everywhere, right? So number 6, attend your weekly training calls, your live events. You're doing that right now. But number 7 is very important because it's important to have you here, but it's even more important. Well, not more important. It's just as important to have everyone else on your team here, right? So you're promoting skills. This is challenged to be one of the highest paid qualities as a network marketer top earner right here, your ability to promote. And again, this team right here is amazing at promoting. So there's no reason we shouldn't be doing, 100 plus overviews every week and getting in, a few hundred people in the room minimum once a month in the cities, right? But we're moving and grooving and on our way to there. Number 8, speak with your leaders and help your team. And number 9 is lead by example because that's how you win here. People don't do what you do. Or they don't do what you say, they do what you do, right? It's the same thing with my kids. They don't listen to my voice or my words, but they follow my actions. Like, hey, go in there and work out, right? I tell my 3-year-old boy, he's like, oh. But then if he sees me in there doing pull-ups, he's like, dude, let me do those, right? So you gotta go out there and take action. You have to be the one to lead from the front. And if there was one thing that I guess that I did over the years was just lead from the front and stay positive, right? Just boom. I know that if I run on this treadmill at a 10 and I'm all in and I'm sprinting, other people will follow. But if not, I'm going to personally roll my way there. And if you have that mentality, you'll take this thing as far as you want to. Number 4 is, so that was the game plan. So now I'm on to number 4, which is leadership. Everything rises and falls on leadership. Okay. Everything rises and falls on leadership. You need to have a massive dream, a massive vision, bigger than anybody in your organization. Okay. And then number 2 is staying positive. This one's hard because we're human beings, we're sinners. It's fun to be toxic in the flesh and talk crap, but I'm telling you, those seeds, those are nightshade. That's poison for your life, for your business, for your friendships. And I mean, for real, one negative statement, one negative sentence about the company or about a friend, about a business partner, it could literally destroy your entire organization. I've seen it happen many times. Number three is having integrity and character. Okay. Never talking behind someone's back, right? Not your upline, not your downline, not your sidelines. And when you always do the right thing and you're not trying to cut corners, people see that, right? People can see if you're out there and you have good morals and values. But then personal growth, because we're talking about leadership here. People want to be around people that are growing, that are learning, that are developing themselves. And that's how it works, right? In order for me to develop someone else or help someone else grow, I have to grow myself first. And number five, lead from the front and outwork everybody. Okay, that is the leadership portion. John C. Maxwell, he's the godfather of leadership. He defines leadership as your ability or your influence, your ability to get people to follow you. Right? So those are all ways right there that you can raise your leadership level. But then read all of his books. That'll be an easy way too. But number five is persistence and determination. Persistence and determination. It's like, we always said this throughout the industry. What does it take? Whatever it takes for as long as it takes. That's it. Again, like we would literally just drive an hour to a meeting, show someone most awkward scenario in their living room and get bitched at for showing them this, and then we'd get in the car and go to the other meeting, and yeah, someone might sign up, boom. But we would just do whatever it took. We didn't care how awkward it was. We didn't care how long the drive was. We didn't care if it was every last dollar that we had to our name, because we understood where we were going if we just went all in, right? A true leader will always find a way over, around, through, and they'll do whatever it takes to be a winner, right? So persistence and determination. People want to follow people that know where they're going and going to go there. You want to have that personality where it's like they're going to be afraid if they don't follow you because you're so fired up and you have so much determination. So they're just going to join your business. Okay, number six is power of positive thinking. Power of positive thinking. It's self-explanatory. I don't even need to explain it, but again, it's easy to dive into the flesh and be negative and poor me. Oh, this is why it works for him. But if you can just have a positive mentality, dude, when my best friend back in 2013, I picked him up every morning. I bought him the Chipotle every day. And then after the Chipotle, we went over across the street to the gas station and I bought him Red Bulls every single day. And I even picked him up for the Super Saturday trainings, whatever it took, dude. Cause I knew he was a little bit of a loose screw, so I had to make sure he was in my passenger seat. But we got him to 60 left and 60 right. But that little bit of a loose screw, it came a point where something pissed him off, and he went to another company. And this was my first experience losing a leader, which was my best friend since kindergarten. But he's always a little sketchball, so it didn't surprise me. But he posted, "I'm a horrible leader. Don't work with him." But again, I could have let that affect me, and I could have let that have been a tic tac sized torpedo in my cerebellum and let it rot and be like, fuck, maybe he's right, dude. But I'm just like, no, I know who I am. I know what I can do. My confidence is rooted within Christ, but within also with my actions that I do every single day. So I'm just going to stay positive, and the right ones are going to join my business. I mean, if you look at the studies behind positive thinking, I mean, in the Bible, it talks about stress all the time. People think it's the food that's killing us and, not exercising enough. And those things are very, very important. But dude, your thinking, the stress and negative thinking can kill you so much faster, right? And you're seeing studies pop up all over about it. So I just know that's something that you can practice, the power of positive thinking. And number seven is responsibility. It's easy to blame everyone around you. It's easy to blame the company why you might not be having success because they didn't come out with this or this didn't work or whatever. I'll tell you, we will never stop finding solutions. We're constantly going to be finding them in life. So just understand that as you're on your entrepreneur journey, whether you're here or whether you're doing something completely different, this type of journey right here, the dividends and the payoff are insane. They really are. The person that you become, the satisfaction of the impact you can give. But you got to understand, you're gonna have to overcome some obstacles. You're gonna have to find solutions for problems, and you can't blame the company. You can't blame your upline. You can't blame the downline. You can't blame that sideline. If it is to be, it is up to me. That is it, right? And so just taking full responsibility for your life is so huge. Again, I have personal friends of mine that our relationship, it's so funny. It was like he would get so frustrated with me because he kept seeing me win. But he was in the industry the same amount of time as me, and he worked just as hard as me. And you know what he told me one time? He's like, bro, everything always works out for you, and nothing ever works out for me. And I'm like, that is literally our relationship and our mindsets. You have that, that is your mindset right there, that nothing works out for you, and that's why it doesn't. You want to know why? Because at this point in his life, he went from a $20,000 monthly check down to a $2,500 monthly check. But bro, what was your whole year? Oh my gosh, you had a $13,000 averaged out year, best year of history, but the mentality was so bad, it pushed him out of the industry. And I'm telling you, it doesn't have to be like that. If you just believe that things work out in your favor and that leaders all over the world are joining your team and they love you and want to be around you and want to learn from you, that's what you're going to get, right? Believing you can is a lot more profitable than believing you can't. Okay. And the last thing I'll just say is greatness is not on sale. It costs what it costs. And I heard a man say, I'm going to read this off my thing, but I heard a man say one time, man, if you are this, actually, I heard, Josh, if you're listening, I heard that Matt Morris read this one time. He said, I heard a man say, man, if you're the type of guy that comes home after work, plops on the couch and watches TV till you barely can pay, but you can barely pay the bills. If you're the kind of guy who puts your effort or puts your favorite TV show or sports team more important than your own financial freedom, if you aren't the kind of guy who is willing to go out there and fight for your success, for your family's success, or to leave a legacy for your kids, I'm not going to call you a loser, but my friend, you're definitely not a winner, right? But here's the disclaimer, guys. Here's the disclaimer that I want to leave you with today. And that's it won't be easy, right? It will not be easy. You will struggle. You will lose sleep. But at those times when you feel like you're failing, because you will feel like you're failing, that's when the most growth comes. I mean, it's life principles. Look at when you're working out in the gym. You're gonna half-ass the rep, there's no growth there. If you get to the point where it's painful, that muscle, you can feel it breaking down, that's where the growth comes in, right? Same thing here. You will struggle. It won't be easy. You're going to be overpaid and underwork. But at a point in your career, there's going to be a flip. And they always told me this, and then I saw it. There's going to be a flip where you're overpaid and you're underworked and you have a complete lifestyle of freedom and people that love you all over the world. It's so cool because my very first mentor, I was in the grocery store with him, and people would literally walk up to him and be like, "Oh, David Beach, man, you're so appreciate you, man, for all you've done." And just seeing that in the town, when I was 22, 23, I'm like, that is so dope that he has developed himself to a point where he's legitimately made an impact for growth on this community and people all over the world. And so that's what I want to be a part of. But the last thing I'll say, a lot of you know it, my life verse is Galatians 6:9. When I was down in the dumps, I was at rock bottom. I was sitting in Teen Challenge on a coach bus with 60 drug addicts headed to chapel back in 2010. Court ordered a Teen Challenge. I opened up my Bible, the Galatians 6:9, and it says, "Don't get tired of doing what is good. At just the right time, you'll reap a harvest of a blessing if you don't give up." So every time times got tough, again, because they got tough, Galatians 6:9, don't get tired of doing what is good. At a certain point, you'll reap a harvest of a blessing if you don't give up. It's on God's timing, right? When God's timing meets your preparation, that's when the magic moment happens. That's when you strike gold. Stay close to the fire like you guys are doing, and let's take this thing to the top. Josh, I want to pass it back to you guys. Talk about tomorrow's call, the Sunday presentations, the Akashics Cruise incentive. Maybe give a little more clarity on that if you haven't already, but we're fired up. We're excited. There's a massive announcement coming tomorrow. And we've done a lot of amazing promos. If you understand compensation plans, you'll understand the value that you have your hands on tomorrow. I mean, you're going to want to go out there and grab 1,000 new customers really, really quick and get your piece of the pie on this one. And that's going to be the most important. So with that being said, I'll pass it back to you guys and appreciate you for having me.
Let's go, baby. Hey, someone in here just said, man, that's one of the greatest things I've ever heard this entire call.
He sounds like my mentor, but he's younger.
Yeah, he's a sharp guy, man. I started learning from Joey, guys. I think it was 20 or 21 years old. It was the first time I ever heard that dude speak. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, if I follow this guy, there's no chance in hell that I don't win. Right. And that's literally what I did, guys. And it worked out completely fine. So, Joey, I appreciate you hopping on, man. But yeah, guys, we are going to talk about a couple things real quick that I want you to obviously be ready for, which is super important. I'm going to share my screen real quick and just have this up. One of the first things that is super, super important that everyone needs to do right now is this, okay? I'm going to go up. Let me go grab this real quick. Where are you? I think actually they sent it in the chat. All right, everybody go pull up in the Wi-Fi Money Telegram chat. Okay? Everybody go pull it open. All right, even if you already did this, guys, I need you to pull up in the Telegram chat right now. Everybody in here, you guys too, pull up in the Telegram chat, okay? So everybody pull it open real quick. And now what you need to do is you need to go to the builders chat. And then this is a call that's tomorrow at 12 p.m. our time, Minnesota. 1 p.m. if you're on the East Coast. 10 a.m. if you're in California, right? This is going to be one of the most important calls that this company has ever done. And it's going to be tomorrow at 12 p.m. Okay. So you guys already see what's happening right now. People are getting registered. Click on the registration link and get yourself registered. Take a screenshot of it and send it into that chat. Okay. Even if you already got registered, do it again. Okay. Just go ahead and get registered again, guys. Take a screenshot of it and then go ahead and send it into that chat. Okay. And then once you guys send it in there, you could say ready for tomorrow's call. Okay. Super, super important, guys. Everybody send their screenshots in there. Get registered. I only see 4 in there right now. We got about 10 people in this room. Just get registered for it. Take a screenshot. Send it into the Wi-Fi Money Builders chat, okay? Every single person, guys, okay? Now, do you guys see what I just did there? Right? I got everyone to move in unison to attend something, right? That's part of learning how to become a leader, is you get your team to move in unison to attend something, right? I'm going to be on this call. That's what it starts with first, guys, is you have to show up first. You know what I mean? You don't tell your team to do stuff. I'm here because I want to be here, right? You're here because you want to be here. This is a volunteer army, guys. No one's forced to do anything here. You don't got to show up. You don't got to take notes. You don't got to trade. You don't got to be a part of the company. Like, we're all here because we want to be here, right? I've been here because I want to be here for 7 years. So if you want your team to do something, what's the best way to get them to do something? You got to do it, right? So that's why, guys, you see I sent my screenshot in there. Now, what I want you to think about is this. How many people are on your team that are, not one in here, but 2, not registered for this call yet? Okay. If you have people in your business that aren't on the registration yet for this call, you're just hurting your own business. So I would spend the rest of today just hammering registrations, getting everyone in your business to be a part of this call. Because here's the thing, if half your business doesn't attend this call, half of them are out of the loop. And then your business only has half the amount of effect that the call is going to give to everyone. Right, guys, what they're releasing on this call is absolutely crazy, like insane updates, but also they're dropping a massive incentive for everyone in this company, guys. It's going to be a holiday incentive. I'm so pumped for it. I already heard what it is. So we got to get as many screenshot registrations in here as possible. And when your team or anybody else, when they drop their screenshots, bro, cheer people on for registering. Give them positive reinforcement. Does everybody know what positive reinforcement is here? Right? It's how you train dogs, right? There's negative reinforcement too. It's how you train anyone, human beings too. We got to give positive reinforcement for people doing the right actions. That's like attending the most important call of this entire month, tomorrow at 12. Okay. So that's the first thing I wanted to mention to you guys. The second thing I wanted to mention is this. Okay. Now, I'm sure a lot of people here want. What? Uh-oh. It looks like that's frozen. Oh, geez. Maybe it's just the screen share that's frozen.
Someone else in the room on Zoom?
Is it still on?
Yeah.
All right, 1 second, guys. Try to get this bad boy reconnected. This one right here.
Let's go.
Okay. All right, guys. So here's one of the most important things, okay? This thing's barely hanging on. Hopefully you guys can see my screen. Michael, you see my screen? Cool, man. Awesome. I appreciate you a ton. Okay. So one of the most important things, guys, that people try to do is they try to get their free account. Okay. I'm not going to talk about how to get the free account. We already covered that, but obviously it's pretty simple. If you have 3 people that want to make money trading with us, you introduce them to us. We help them get started. You have a free membership now, so you don't have to pay anymore, which is pretty cool. Now, what I want to talk about is this. One of the things that we like to do for this community, and shout out Isaiah, shout out Tippa, and other people that are in this room, is we will literally hold presentations for your people. So coming up here on Sunday, guys, tomorrow, okay, tomorrow, right here you can see, tomorrow at 8 o'clock, okay, tomorrow at 8 p.m. This call is going to be packed. It is going to be packed with people tomorrow. This is Isaiah and Joey Wilson, guys. Obviously, you just heard Joey Wilson. He's made millions of dollars in the industry. Isaiah, he's one of the most up-and-coming leaders and, obviously builders that are rising here, a phenomenal trader. They're going to break down what we're doing, literally how to make money online in 2026. Because, guys, it's so funny. Like, I go out and, I have a pretty big network, and I talk to people all the time. Nobody knows how to make money online. It's hilarious. But then everybody goes on social media, and they see a bunch of people making money online, and they like to feel like they know how to do it, but they don't, right? So tomorrow, guys, we're going to do a call where we're teaching people how our platform works, how they can start making money online. And Isaiah is going to be breaking down the information. Who here was at Isaiah's presentation on Thursday night? Anybody in this room?
Yes, sir.
Right? Crazy presentation he did. All of your guests are going to get the same experience, but just via Zoom, which is going to be really cool, okay? I'll post the information for this call. Then, guys, on Monday, we have Tippa back here, guys. This is a 6-figure earner, Tippa. He's been trading for 5 years now. He's helped literally thousands of people in this industry. He's going to be on Monday at 8 p.m. So Isaiah's going to be Sunday at 8 p.m. And then Tippa's going to be Monday at 8 p.m. And then me and Joey are going to be Tuesday at 8 p.m. Okay. This is 3 calls that you guys have the opportunity to invite as many people as you want to. You know what I mean? We're going to make this open to the entire company. It's not just going to be for the Wi-Fi Money Group. We're going to let anybody be a part of this. Super, super important. Okay. And then the last thing that I want to share with you guys, and then we can hop off this. Okay. Obviously, guys, we can talk more about the compensation plan, but we have the leadership cruise coming up. Okay. Does anybody know how to qualify for this cruise in here? If you know how to qualify, hold your hand up. Okay, so that's one way on how to qualify. Right, guys, so I'm going to break this down, okay? On the left side here, you guys can see it. Oh, it's March 16th to March 21st. We are going on pretty much the biggest Royal Caribbean cruise. There's going to be probably thousands of people from our company on this cruise. It's going to be absolutely insane. It's called Freedom of the Seas. It's huge. You can look it up on Google. We're going to the Bahamas and Cozumel. What's cool though is we're renting out private rooms. We're having live trading sessions are going to be on the cruise.
Motivation right here.
Dude, it's crazy, man. These trips are what make this so real because we make money online, but when we do stuff in person, like trips like this, we go hit Bahamas, Cozumel, absolutely crazy. So one, you need your passport ready. Okay, if you don't got a passport, you got to get it ready now. You got to get it ready now, right? But it's going to be March 16th to 21st, okay? How do you qualify for this, okay? Very, very simple. In the middle, all right? The middle qualification, it's important to understand this. You don't have to be a certain rank or a certain level in the company to qualify for this. You can qualify off of personal enrollment volume, okay? So for an example, if somebody gets started on the trade and travel monthly subscription, that's 150 volume. Okay. So that's chipping away at 2,500 volume. 2,500 personally enrolled volume gives you 15% off the cost of this cruise. Okay. 2,500. If you get someone started on a 12-month annual subscription, right? They get started on the yearly, that's 1,000 volume. So think about that. That's only 2.5 people getting started on an annual subscription. You're already 15% off. 15,000 volume, guys, is completely free. So if you have 15 annual subscriptions get started, you're already qualified. It's a completely free cruise. And you have till February 28th to qualify for as many as you can. Okay. So that's the first way, right? The first way. The second way, though, guys, is this is where you got to qualify. This is where just by being a certain rank, it's already free. So this is a rank called Diamond. Okay. If you can hit the rank Diamond during December 1st to February 28th, hit the rank Diamond and just hold that rank for 4 weeks in a row, your entire trip is completely free. Obviously, besides flights, but it's an all-inclusive cruise. It'll be completely free. If you're already a diamond in here, if you've hit the diamond rank, you have to, maintain it for 8 weeks in a row for it to be completely free. Yeah. So that's obviously how you can qualify for free through ranks, or how you can get discounts all the way up to completely free on this cruise. But I'll tell you what, guys, this is going to be one of the coolest cruises ever. I mean, the guy putting this together is almost a billionaire. His name's Josh Legel. He owns the company, man. There's going to be so much crazy masterminds, private trainings, dinners every single night. Like they have, I don't know who's been on a cruise in here. Anybody?
I'm gonna be on one.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, right, guys? They have luxury dining, for dinners every night. You can get lobster, crab, Wagyu steak, all included every single night. It's crazy. So we're gonna have one of the best times ever, guys. Obviously, for those of you who don't know, the diamond rank is basically 165 people inside of your business on a monthly subscription. So whoever got you started, guys, they should be building one of your teams. But the reality is like you can go get this done, like you saw, with 15 annuals. Okay, 15 annual subscriptions. So now tomorrow, guys, you guys are gonna see on this call, there's a crazy incentive dropping. Okay, there's a crazy incentive dropping. Use these calls to run up the incentives. Okay. But with that being said, guys, I appreciate everyone for hopping on. I have to take off. I got family Christmas today. So I gotta go wrap some game or gifts for the dice game. I don't know if you guys play that shit. Yeah, I gotta do the dice game. But I appreciate you guys are hopping on, and let me know if you need anything. Reach out to me. Let's crush it, man. Have a good day, and I'll see you later.